Alright, hello boys and girls. Let's kill that. Of course, the second I hit the stream button, the neighbours flare up again. I'm gonna have to go and have a pretty big word with them sometime soon, I think. Ooh, bit of frame lag. Right, so I don't think I've done much off stream. I think the only thing I've done is I made an ender chest here, along with an ender pouch, just so when I was mining I could just dump shit into the pouch without having to come back all the time. So then that extracts and it will prioritize putting it into here if there's a slot free, otherwise it will just dump into the chests. So I essentially have a massive inventory whenever I go mining. It's just a convenience thing. I think I just had to go and get a whole bunch more resources. I ran out of gold, I was getting low on copper. And I basically just smelted up all the ore that I had. So plenty of gold, plenty of copper. I guess we'll throw some of that back in the system. So I don't have to worry about that too much in the short term. Nice. I was getting pretty low on iron as well. Start chewing through a lot of that stuff when you get into the higher crafting tiers, that's for sure. Now one thing I thought of that I didn't think of at the time, I'm using the advanced mixer here to make tin alloy, right? Tin alloy. And I'm using the macerator, this one, 2 slots in here to smash up iron ingots into iron dust and tin ingots into tin dust. So I'm using 3 patterns to get tin alloy and an extra machine, which in reality I didn't need to do because I can actually do it in the alloy smelter. You can just put 2 ingots in here. And I don't know why I didn't do that. So we're actually going to do that right now. Kind of occurred to me like an hour after I finished streaming that I didn't even have an interface on the alloy smelter yet. That's super important. So let's set that to output from the top. I was wondering why it wasn't orange, but it's because that's not on. So that connects there now. And then I just tell it that 2 ingots can go there instead. So I'm going to need another bit of cable to reconnect those. Ooh. Do I have any more? I don't. So I'm going to have to make more conduit. I'm just going to slap that there now so the system functions at least. I need to automate that stuff too, now that I think about it. But if we do tin alloy, we go to the alloy smelter, you can see tin and iron. So I'm going to take that. These 3 we're going to reset, so I got those patterns back. Go back in here. Now this knows how to make tin alloy only using 1 pattern, which is very convenient. Plus it gets this used. I think the alloy smelter was like one of the most busy machines downstairs, so it's surprising to me that there's only 1 in there so far. I was also thinking about the wire mill here, because I'm going to have to fill this up, so I'm probably going to have 2 wire mills, so one just doing the copper wire, and then another one doing the fine copper. So instead of getting pushed into here, processing, and then getting pushed back into here and processing again, it'll process and then go straight to the next one. So we'll just get it a lot quicker if we do that. So I'll probably end up doubling a lot of these machines at some point. Let's look into our conduit issues. I think I need to make conduit binder. Let's just have a look at these. I don't know why dense conduit is here if we don't have channels. It seems odd. I should have just disabled that recipe. Because dense conduit in AE2 pushes 16 channels, whereas the regular one only pushes... Maybe it's 16 and 32, I think. So that pushes 32. No, the other one's 8. That's right. God, it's been a while. Yeah, it's just weird that they've got that there. Hey, Flick. Real Tavia? I mean, yes, I'm real. Old fan? Welcome. Just getting my toes wet in the Minecraft world once again. I think I need to set up a system that smashes cobble into gravel, and gravel into sand, and then sand into clay, because I need a lot of this resource. It's kind of annoying not having it. So I think Well, another thing I've been meaning to do is the polyethylene. So most of the polyethylene is going to be on the low voltage here. So I kind of feel like I should do that first, but then that needs more conduit, so maybe not. I guess I could set up... How would I even do it? There's a nuclear craft cobble gen, which would get pushed into a macerator. So I need more macerators, which would probably mean another MV line, unless I just continued this one, which I guess I could. So it'd be cobble gen, macerator. That would have to round robin into a chest and another macerator to get gravel, and again for sand, and again for dust. So I need a bunch of macerators. So one for cobble, one for gravel, one for sand, one for dust. So I need 4 total. I can probably just teach it to make more of those. How many lines do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I could probably just slap them on here and it would be fine. Kind of feels weird adding to the auto crafting line with like auto supply, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Although it is annoying that I'm gonna have to run conduit past all that to get the other stuff going. Oh. Maybe we'll just make a little bit manually for the moment, because I really think I need to set up the polyethylene first, just so that my shit's not so spread out. I think I can turn that into conduit pretty easily, right? It's just that plus rubber into that, and then conduit binder, which I only need more clay, which I've got clay dust somewhere. Can I turn that into clay? I think it's just 4, right? You can smash that back down. So let's we'll get rid of that, get rid of that. I'm gonna add conduit up here. I've got fluid, I've got item. I could use more energy. So add more energy too. I haven't set up vibrant yet. I mean, I haven't automated this yet either. Alright. How much can I get? Not much, because I don't have any sand, really. I need to get a storage bus set up out here too, just so I can access all this stuff. Throw 4 stacks in the system. I don't really have a lot of storage, as you can see by those red and yellow dots. Ooh. I need to get more power connected to it as well. It's a bit better. Do this, do that. That's not what I wanted to do, but that's fine. So I got a bunch of that. Ooh. Now that needs rubber in the assembler. Do I still have an LV assembler? I do. With rubber in it. Convenient. I'm gonna need more rubber. What if I do this? Okay. Yeah, I definitely need that storage bus because I don't want to be storing all this resin in there. Kind of annoying, but can't really do much about it, unfortunately. Yep, give me 100 of that. I don't think I need that much now, we'll just do 20. And this guy. And that is outputting. Oh, nice. I was going to need some of that shortly too. I could probably get more energetic cooking up. I've got aluminium going at the moment. I think energetic is... Actually, I don't remember. Although I've got a fair bit. Probably wouldn't hurt to throw more in there. Energetic blend and gold. Interesting. So the only way to make... Oh, hang on. Can I... Yeah. You 100% need energetic blends to make energetic. So I do need the mixer. That's right. We'll start telling it how to do that. I don't know why there's 2 here. They both go in the same machine, they both use the same thing, they both get the same output. So I can slap that in the mixer. Oh no, I don't have the mixer connected anymore. I do have an interface, so we can plug that back in. Alright. So I need to, at some point, decide where I'm going to put this blast furnace and set that up to be automated. And I'll probably have to upgrade these, just so it's quicker. Because this is pretty slow. So we'll throw... I'm going to turn half a stack of that. Oh! Okay, never mind. Already got plenty of that. I'll hang on to those ingots for now. Let's get the rest out of the assembler here. 6 more? Sure. That's ME, right. So I'm gonna need more conduit anyway. Really? Oh, I just haven't added it yet. Fair enough. I don't want to do the whole lot then. So I'll get 36 more. Plus the 13 we had. Item, got the fluid. We've actually got more than a stack of fluid and item. That's not bad. And then this guy, as much as we can. As much as we can. As much as we can? Thank you. Alright. Almost half a stack's not bad. And then get rid of that guy. So that's good. Everything else here is good. Let's sort that. I don't need these in my inventory currently. So I want to get polyethylene. So I need to remember how to do that because it's quite a few steps. Let's just have a look. Polyethylene, let's add it. Clear those out. So we need ethylene and oxygen. So ethylene comes from ethanol and sulfuric acid, which I was getting from biomass, so sugarcane. And that's in the distillery. Biomass comes from the brewing machine, the sugarcane. So that's what is going on right here. So this has water and sugarcane, and that's getting pumped into here, which is creating biomass and ethanol. So these two guys need to come with me. I don't remember exactly what that one's for yet. So what was in here? Ethanol, biomass. Do I have ethanol? I do. So we'll take that out because I don't want to just bin it. Biomass anywhere? Seems weird to have that stored. Seeing as it's just being instantly converted, but we will take it for now. Biomass. So the brewery is the first step, which just needs water and sugarcane. So I can also automate sugarcane up there probably. Take this conduit. Brewery. These are LV, and they were on the LV line, so they'll run on this line, which is fine. Though I do need to set the output, so I'm actually going to need these again. So output here. I don't want input from that side actually. So that'll push fluid directly into this. So this will be biomass. So I have to have sugarcane going into that, water going into that. So I can probably just slap water in the roof for the sake of neatness. I'll pull conduit down, so that's getting water. Just set that up so it's only inserting. Turn it on always active. So we've got water. Now we'll push into there. Let's go and get sugarcane just for proof of concept. So that in there. Create biomass, which will get pushed into this, which needs that, I'm assuming. That's where that came from. Let's have another look. So ethanol, sorry, biomass, sugarcane, yep. I think I just went back a step too far, yeah. Program circuit 0 creates the ethanol. I don't know how much it needs, I should probably check that too. I'm not used to this chemical stuff yet. So it needs 1 bucket of biomass, and that creates 700 mils of ethanol, which makes sense. I think this water is fast enough to keep up. I could probably do upgrading the system as well. The main reason I'm not is I just don't want to build MV versions of like these 5 machines right now. That's working. Plus it's going to be a passive gain, like I don't need to have this running. I mean, it'll be running all the time and I don't need polyethanol all the time, right? So I don't know if I should be storing a backlog of ethanol or if I should just push that through straight away. Like, I'm sure there'll be more uses for it later, but if this is purely a production line for polyethanol, I should probably leave it like that. Alright. We're going to leave it like that for the short term. The other thing I need, sulfuric acid, which was what? Oh, it's water and sulfur, yeah? Water and sulfur in a chemical reactor. Water and sulfur. So that's what this guy was doing. Sulfur, yep. I got fluid conduit. Oh, wasn't expecting that, but that's fine. Just a stack of that stuff. I'll just keep it there for now. So this one needs water as well. So I can maybe pull from the same guy. Let's connect those. Wait, why is that not connecting? Ender fluid, pressurized. Oh. Why am I using ender fluid on that one? The hell are you doing? Connect those again. We don't need ender fluid for that, do we? Do we? Water, water. But then to transfer, it'll probably be better if I do have it, I guess. It'll make it more convenient later on. Do I have any more of that? Not much. How difficult is that to make? Requires vibrant. Do I have any vibrant? I don't. I have a little bit. I can make a bit more. I think I only need a bit more, so I might be able to get away with that. Have to find out. Yeah, that's way more than we need. Beautiful. So I don't... Can this stuff connect? No. So you have to have the whole system using that, because I don't really need it for this piece, but I do for the bottom 3. So let's turn these off. I'll need that on in a minute, but not right now. So we're going to have insert on green, which is going to be water. So this guy is extracting on green always. So we're pulling water from that block. I'm probably going to have to upgrade that block too, because it won't... Actually, can I tell it to round robin? Oh, it's enabled by default. That's interesting. So that'll put some water in here, and it'll go back and forth between the two. But I don't know if this is outputting enough to fuel them both. It's probably not. Alright. But they're both getting water, which is good. Now that is making biomass, so we've got an ethanol in here. This needs sulfur. Sulfur and probably a full bucket of water. I kind of feel like I need to slap signs on them just so I can remember exactly what's happening. Alright, so the next step... Oop. So I'm trying to make sulfuric acid, right? So this is making that is making sulfuric acid. So we have sulfuric acid and ethanol. So they both need to go into a chemical reactor. Is that an MV reactor? It is. So I need an MV chemical reactor. Oh. Do I have one of those? I do. And that was outputting... okay. Let's take one of those. So that's going to have to be there. It would be neater if I swapped it for something else. Do I want to do that? Do I want to? Like, I could move that alloy smelter along, just place it there. This would feed directly into that. Well, I'm going to need two probably, right? Because ethylene, sorry, will come back, and I need to combine that with... I think I'm going to be using oxygen. So oxygen comes from low voltage as well, I believe. Yep. So that'll be another machine here, low voltage, to get oxygen, and then another one to combine it with the ethylene. So that will actually work pretty well if I move this guy. So we're going to do that. Alloy, interface, tin. Slap down the chemical reactor. So this doesn't even need an interface on it, but it will need... I think that's all connected, right? Can I? I can. Yes, so it is all definitely connected. I love this wrench, super convenient. These can... I don't know if I'll need them or not. Man, that's slow. Let's get an ethanol. So I need... what was the next machine? Alright, they're both getting pushed into the chem reactor. So I need my ender fluid connected to this system. Let's not push water into there, could we? How did that get in there? Hey Shi, welcome. I'm just working on automating polyethylene so that I don't have to do it manually. So this has ethanol, this has sulfuric acid, which are the two I needed. So if we extract on brown, how do I interact with that? We extract on brown always. So that'll be ethanol and sulfuric acid getting pushed into this guy. Insert on brown. Nice. So that'll get turned into ethylene. Then we need a machine making oxygen. We're using air or oxygen? What's the difference? Air has to be pressurized, so we don't want that. So we need a low voltage electrolyzer receiving water. Low voltage electrolyzer. So I've got this one, but that's creating aluminium for me. Why was I using an advanced one for this? There's poly, right? Because even polyethylene doesn't have to be medium voltage. Though I'll probably have it being medium anyway, but the oxygen one only needs low voltage. I guess I'm going to make another one. Should have added it to my list. So I need 2 circuits. I don't think I ever taught it how to make LV machine hulls, did I? Let's get 2 of them. Tin cable, LV machine hull. No, I didn't. I didn't tell it how to make tin cable either. So low tech. I could do it in the assembler. Why is that cheaper? 1 rubber, 1 tin wire, plus that creates tin cable. So it's identical. Which means we're not going to do it because that takes up a slot somewhere else for no reason. I need to tell it how to make tin wire as well in the wire mill. So that's just it's a crafting recipe. So the wire mill here gets the tin wire, and then just in a assembler we make the tin cable. I think I've taught it how to make wrought iron. I have. So we just fuck off. It does use a wrench. That's right. I just have to set that to be on. And I have to make it use a wrought iron wrench, which I still haven't taught it how to make. That's fine. And then this guy with that off. And they both go back in the assembler. Getting pretty low on space. In fact, I can't even fit them. I think I have another interface though. And I think I have more moleculars too. Yeah. So I'm going to expand that by 1. And that'll give us 8 more slots. Alright. So now let's do LV... No. LV machine hull. Tin cable, we'll get a bunch of that, because sure. So now I'm just waiting on that hull, which shouldn't take too long. It just has to smash down the plates. It'd be nice to speed this up at some point. Alright, oh. Machine hull. So we got the electrolyzer, which needs more water, but I've got more conduit. I don't need those guys on me anymore. So it's got ethylene and diluted sulfuric, which is good. That is chewing through our sugarcane, and that is very slow on sulfur, so that's good. Basic electrolyzer, disconnect that, so that'll have... I mean, it should have power, but it doesn't. Why? That has power. Why does NEI tell me that's an alloy smelter? It's a fucking chemical reactor. What the hell's wrong with you? Let's fire that up again because I feel like something funky's going on. I don't think I've ever seen NEI give me the wrong info looking at a block. Interesting. Hopefully this will refresh that. No, it didn't. Why are you being dumb? It is, however, getting power back in here, which is good. Everything must melt alloy? I mean, it doesn't make sense. What the fuck? That is going to confuse the shit out of me later on, because I often come up to a bank of machines and stare at NEI and go like this so I can find the right fucking machine. I probably have to break it and replace it. It's got all this stuff in it. I don't want to do that. Alright, so this guy needs water as well. How do I interact with this guy? There we go. Ooh. I want that green. Water's green, right? Yes. So it'll be getting water. I need to upgrade this guy for sure, because I'm pretty sure that's just a basic one, which is doing fuck all. What is this? It's basic as well. Where are they at? I'd like to make this one at least. Kind of annoying because I've got to do it manually and getting buckets of water. And I've only got a few buckets. Fuck me. Let's do this. So I'm going to need a lot of those in a second. So I'll upgrade that in a minute for sure. Oh, hang on, what's this one? That's 1 as well. I've definitely got some 8s floating around. What is this one? Oh wow, there's a lot of sulfuric acid in there. Holy shit. That's 1 as well. I know for a fact that I've got an 8 somewhere. Because I definitely went through the hassle of making one. Probably being put to good use somewhere. It just annoys me not knowing where it is now. Maybe it's the steam guy over here. No. Okay. Something funky's going on. Gotta be somewhere. It's not too big a deal. Let's get rid of half of that. Ethanol. Might as well fill this up. That's not where I want to be. Do I have more tanks? Gotta empty this out. I'm gonna keep a stack on standby. Fill that up. Alright. Wait, what did I do then? There we go. Alright, so because that one of these will be using less water sometime soon, it'll fill that one up quicker. But I'll still upgrade it. I'm gonna put these here. Alright. So we got the electrolyzer, and that needed water going into it, which it has got. Toggle fluids. I don't know how much it needs before we see anything actually happen. Oxygen. So it needs 3 buckets of water, and it'll give us 1 bucket of oxygen. How's our wrought iron doing? Pretty good. Let's make a whole bunch of these things. Where are they at? In here? Yes. I only need the 2 buckets. How many of these do I need? I don't need this one here anymore, do I? Because I think all of this is going upstairs. Oh, that uses water, actually. So we'll leave it. So I've got 1 upstairs, so I need 7 more. Unless this is going up there as well. I'll just make 7 more. I'm sure I'm going to need more at some point anyway. I don't even have a crafting table out here. Forget what I was using that for. So, wrought iron in here. Give me the buckets back. What if we do this? I'll keep putting them back on the action bar for me. 7 of these things total. I think I needed a brass ingot or something. I didn't even look at that. Give me all that back, sort that. Buckets can go back in our inventory. Get that guy. Bronze, which I do have. Why do I have a spare one? Shit. Alright, so that's 8 times as efficient. So we're getting a bunch more water into these machines. So we'll have ethylene and oxygen, which is what I need here. Ethylene and oxygen. 1 bucket for 1 ingot. And that needs to be in a chemical reactor, low voltage. So did I have a spare one here? Is that what this guy was doing? I don't think so, but I'm gonna steal him for the short term. So this guy, I mean, I could have him outputting. No, I can't actually. I need to have him. He needs to deal with his hydrogen somehow. So I could have like a drum up here in the short term, I guess. Can I filter? I can. Let's just go and see what's involved in making a fluid filter. Basic fluid should be fine. It's just a bucket and paper. I mean, that seems pretty good. Whoa. I probably won't teach you how to make them right now. Do I have a hammer? I don't have any iron plates, really. I don't know if I've taught it how to make that yet. I haven't. Iron plate is a compressor job. One for one. That compressor is full. Not good. Not good. Give me 10 of those boys. Sure, I've got a hammer. Yep. I guess I'll need at least 2 filters short term. So give me 2 more of them. Two of them. And then I assume I can tell it what to do with a bucket. So, should I set it to... Can I do priority? I can. Okay. Let's actually grab another drum. Because I think this has waste as well. So if we do this, it's going to fill up with water, of course. What are we going to extract this on? So that'll be on blue. So if we set this to input on blue with priority, and then we tell it that it can only take in the diluted acid. Whitelist. So that'll prioritize putting it into there. So this waste goes into there for now. This one is creating hydrogen, so we need a bucket of hydrogen. Kind of annoying that has water in it. I wonder if you can just... You can, awesome. It's very convenient. So now this should only take... No extract. Insert on blue, yep. So if we turn that to always active, extract on blue. Why is that not pulling? Let's just put that in there for now. I think it might be because there's ethylene in there as well. And that needs a place to go. So hydrogen here is about to get its own drum right there. We'll do that on... Should I do that on purple? I keep forgetting that this has a separate inventory here. I mean, I guess I could just do this on purple as well. On blue, sorry. Yeah, we'll do that. So no extract. I'm going to need to prioritize it before I filter it, sorry. Up. Gets a filter with a priority. Hydrogen whitelist. And then I enable it, obviously. So it'll only accept hydrogen, and it will accept at a priority higher than usual. So this can extract on blue now, and that's getting hydrogen. So this will have only oxygen now. Alright. So it'll attempt to pull everything it can into there, which is good. This guy is still not getting anything. So I need to do something with the ethylene here and see what happens. And that goes into this chemical reactor, I think. Yeah. So ethylene and oxygen straight into the chemical reactor. And this guy says it's got no power. It is getting power. Oh, what did I do here? What the fuck did I do here? Basic chemical reactor. That's low voltage. What is this? What the fuck? Is it because this is a 16? Wait, why does that have no power? Interesting. So I've been curious because it said never hook up 4x to a 16x LV, but my entire base has 16x with 4x cable connected, so I don't know why that's a problem. Now this is the first repercussion I've seen of doing it, and it has burned up all of my conduit. Let's empty this bucket. Get that back in there. Let's get some more cable and just... We'll try it again and see what happens. This guy. Seems fine. These are all basic LV machines. This is a basic chemical reactor. And it's fine. What? Well, this... It is recharging, actually. These are low voltage. It's an LVCEF. That's MV, but there's definitely no connection. Like, I would expect that to happen if these two wires touched, but they're not. I'm also not sure if I'm doing it wrong by having a 16x here. Let's just wait for this thing to recharge and we'll see if we have that problem again. Okay, we're going to pretend like everything's fine. So we need ender. This needs to be inserting blue. So insert on blue. And that got sulfuric acid. So we break that. Oxygen and ethylene. And it is not running because why? Needs a circuit, which I don't have, so let's go make one of them. Convenient. So now that's creating polyethylene. Boom. My conduit hasn't burned up yet. Ooh, I'm not getting much power coming in. So I need to tell the system to keep this stocked with sulfur and this with sugarcane, which means I need to set up a way to get sugarcane automatically. I don't need a lot, but I need a bit at least. Get in there. And this isn't a permanent solution, but it's going to last quite a while. So we've got polyethylene being made. The next problem here is the ethanol. Yeah, because I don't have any sugarcane. So I wanted to look into a block breaker. Long range, phantom, auto breaker sounds good. Wow, that seems expensive for what it is. Yeah, we're going to try one of them. I don't know what the difference is between a phantom breaker and that is an expensive version of the same thing, I guess. But we can do multiple blocks. I didn't add it. Why didn't I add it? Add. So I'm going to build one of them and see if it can smash sugarcane. It's relatively easy. I don't have any though. I think that was redstone blocks I need to make the crystal. No, it's just a piece of redstone. Let's just do half a stack, because why not? Take that. I'll just throw it back in there, sure. Basic coil. And that's just cobblestone. So we have a breaker. Doesn't look like it needs power. Hold a redstone torch to toggle. I could do that, but why? So let's see if it interacts with sugarcane. Does. Alright, and then I assume I can just pipe that out of there. So I could set up a huge farm with those, or I could just have the one going upstairs. So I could just have it like set up here. Which one wants sugarcane? This guy. Like I could just have it in these two blocks really. Water, snad, breaker, push directly into that. Like short term I'll probably just do that. Yeah, just do that. Let's just steal one of those I guess. I do need a redstone clock as well actually. That'll just be in the floor, so that'll be fine. Redstone clock. Nice. We'll need a bucket of water as well. Alright. So the snad will have to be in the middle, so we can have the water here. And the redstone clock. That should grow. And it does. So that's one that needs the sugarcane. So we just have item conduit and the auto breaker. I'm assuming that'll accept from the front. It's not going to pull from the bottom there. Yes it is, never mind. That's fueling that. It's also noisy. Probably slap a muffler on there. You can hear it from down here. Kind of annoying. Muffler? Super sound muffler? Wobble edition? Well, that's cool. So you can have like a muffler on you if you don't want to hear specific noises, I guess. Range 8, sounds muffled. Can be figured to muffle specific sounds. So it's just a note block surrounded by wool. I don't think I have any... Actually, I do have wool. Cloud? Interesting. So that's doing everything. Add? Oh, holy shit. Oh crap. I guess that's just Minecraft natural, right? I was looking specifically for sugarcane, but maybe that's not a thing. I don't know what it would be then, just block break? Unless it would be the block itself. What is this called? Auto breaker? From what mod? Actually additions. What is this? Da 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 da. Well, that's the only actually additions things there are, so that's not very useful. So we just have this range set to 1. It should only be doing 1 around it, right? Let's do hear all of those. I can't hear that. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Although I am collecting it. Oh no, I'm not. Nice. So it just immediately puts that in its own inventory. So that's way faster than what I need. So that is unlimited sugarcane going into there. Although I might put that on top. Will that still work? It does. Nice. Just so I can move through here if I have to. Alright. Well, that's an ugly solution to a very easy problem. So we've got plenty of sulfuric acid. Fill that up. I can get an input bus and just say keep this having sulfur in the short term. I don't think we'll need that much. So this guy, phenol sulfuric. Ethylene and hydrogen. Why am I getting hydrocracked ethylene? Is that... I didn't know there was a byproduct here. There's not. Hydrocracked ethylene. Why is that happening? Let's get a tank and take that out. I want to see if I get more. It's definitely not mentioning that anywhere. Hydrocracked ethylene. So that happens when you have a bucket of ethylene and 2 buckets of hydrogen. So maybe that happened before I put the... Because that's the same recipe to get polyethylene, but it didn't have the programmed circuit in there. So maybe that was processing before I put this guy in there. That would make sense. If that's the case. Can I just do this? I can. Because I don't want that. Kind of want to see that go up just so I know that it's working. What is this short on? Ethanol, of course. It's definitely only taken the right stuff. Only a sulfuric. So it's just because this guy is slow, really. Not too big a deal. I'll come back later, and that'll be over 2 buckets, presumably. And then I want to turn that into plates, right? So I'm sure there's a machine that goes directly from fluid into plate. Extruder, fluid, extractor, fluid. What's the opposite of a fluid extractor? Solidifier, that's what I want. Why is it only giving me the advanced ones? I think I might have one down here already. Fluid extractor, solidifier. What is this doing? I was using that to make obsidian at one point. I'm going to take that one. And then I can tell this to output to the right, to the left, sorry. Fluid. And then that'll take the polyethylene. I need a plate mold. Oof. This line isn't getting enough power. Because everything's running. We're losing progress on that. Okay. I don't know if I can connect... Oh shit, it's losing power because everything's on fire again. So that's definitely going to be a problem going forward. I want to know if I can just connect this stuff to it. No, it's MV. Alright. So let's do this. Or we'll just crunch that back down. Crunch that back down. So this is 16x. There we go. Now everything's got power. Is this draining? It's stable, but it's not going up or down. Interesting. They all complain about power for one iteration, but they're all full of energy, so it's fine. So we've got polyethylene sheets being automated. Oh, we're still getting hydrocracked ethylene. Why? That means I'm wasting ethylene to create this. Oh, hang on, that's fucking hydrogen. What? Well, that would explain the problem. That is pulling hydrogen, and it is pulling it at a priority 1. Interesting. Okay. So that's not good enough, just having priority. I thought it would be. Filter. I mean, let's just bite the bullet and teach it how to make buckets. Wrought iron hammer, thank you. I'll go in the molecular. Alright, let's just make a few of those. You think the name would have given it away? It's called hydrocracked ethylene. Obviously it's using hydrogen to hydrocrack something, right? So we need a bucket of oxygen, as it were. From this guy. Give me that. Let's set a filter here. Can only whitelist oxygen. Let's take that out. Let's take that out. That's got hydrogen in it. Is that the one I just used? Weird. Sure. I don't care about that stuff. It's basically a waste product. Get that out. Now that's making polyethylene. As you can tell by that creeping up. Okay, so it is automated now. Weird that... I don't know why the priority system didn't work here. Because it's obviously working for this, right? Definitely seems weird to me. Oh, it's working. Oxygen. I'll put back in here. Can I do that? I can. Nice. That away again. Can empty that. Oop. Empty that. So we got polyethylene sheet now. So I don't know where I got dirt from. So now I want that to be outputting into a barrel, I guess. So if we tell it to output from the top. Crate. Barrel. I do want it to be a barrel, I think. I swear I had more of those. What the hell are these things called? Drawers. So, do I want it there? I probably want it one above, right? It'll just be item. Always extract. Always insert. And we lock this just so it doesn't get connected and fucked up by something else somehow. So that should always be working. Why isn't that going anywhere? Ah, it's because I've whitelisted this, so it'll only accept oxygen now. So what I need to do is allow ethylene. I'll put that bucket in there. So now this should always empty. Oxygen and ethylene go in there. That creates this. That creates sheets. Alright, finally. What a mess that was. Let's just slap down these so they're not in my inventory. Fill that back in. Okay. We got there in the end. It's quite a mess. I'm not very good with chemicals yet. Put that in here, get that gone. That guy down. I don't know why I've got dirt. That can go away. That can go away, that can go. I guess we'll hang on to the conduit for now. Alright. Polyethylene done. I'm actually going to run to the bathroom real quick. Alright, I return. Turn that back off. Alright. Back in. Yep, we can see. So the other thing I wanted to do was get cobblestone, gravel, sand, clay, dust. Or dust and then clay reserves. So probably just get another line going along purely for doing that, and then I could have like storage of each above, same as I've done here, and then I could have storage buses connected to that. I could probably do this as a draw system, so I only need one storage bus, now that I think about it. How hard are storage buses to make? Interface and a piston. I mean, that's not terrible. It's expensive, yes, but it's not difficult to make. Let's storage bus. Turn that off. Let's just see what the system says when I tell it to make one. Okay, says yes sir. I'll take it. I'm gonna need a bunch more patterns. What do you need? Polyethylene. Ooh, I haven't automated that yet. Let's grab 30 of those. What? Why do you need more of those? I only need 7 more. Oh, that'll create 16 anyway, right? I forget what that was being made in. I thought there was another machine here that I was doing that in. That can all go. I don't know how best to automate that. Because it comes from this machine. And you get it by inputting steam and coal. Why is that? What? Fluid input bus. Has coal in there. Has steam in there. Does it process more than 16 at a time? Oh, it does 16 at a time. Okay. So that creates coal coke, which I don't have a use for yet, and the pyro stuff, which is what I'm needing to make these boards. Phenol, sorry. Phenol. Phenol goes in a what? Now I know how to make it. What do I use it for? Maybe in dumb. Give me the fucking usage. Okay, it's starting to irritate me. Chemical reactor. One of them. Chemical reactor. Is that low voltage? It is just low voltage. That's probably what this guy was for. I don't think I have anything set up. Like I do have chemical reactors here, but they're all dedicated, right? It is working because we've got more in there. So I'll need another chemical reactor here. And then I'll need to put in those coated circuit boards, which are made from sticky resin and not planks. Something planks make, I forget the name. So that's easy enough to autocraft. And then I need to do the phenol. So we've got 4 buckets there, and we've processed... haven't processed all of it. So I think 16 coal equals a bucket of phenol. And then a bucket of phenol makes 10 of those things. So really, we're going to have to send 16 coal to this to make 10 circuit boards. But it's annoying then, because I have the coal coke stacking up, which I have no use for. Obviously it's a fuel. But I'm not really using carbon-based fuel at the moment. So I'm not sure what this is good for. I don't know what coal coke dust is useful for. Oh, I can get carbon dust out of it. I'm pretty sure I needed carbon dust for something. I don't remember what. Gunpowder. Carbon ingots. Ah. I need carbon dust for the SMD stuff, which is like the upcoming... Ooh, and polyethylene. So I do actually need this relatively soon, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay. What is this using? It's using lava. It's convenient. Huh. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to automate that, because I do need that carbon dust. The problem is going to be, if I need 1,000 carbon dust, then I'm going to have 1,000 buckets of phenol, and I don't have anything that can store that much. Unless I can make another drive that has fluid storage in it, and then I could have an input bus on the AE system pushing phenol directly into the other chemical reactor, which means that chemical reactor would have to be dedicated. So I'd have another chemical reactor here dedicated purely to making those circuit boards, and then the circuit boards, the coated ones, would be crafted on demand, and the phenol would always be here. So that would work. Okay. Okay, so I need to automate the big guy. So the next question is, where do I want to put these things? Multi-blocks. Am I just going to put those up here as well? Like I could count like 16 across and then place it so that it's not blocking this, because theoretically this should only carry power 16 blocks. So I could place it here. And that would end like that. So it'd end up being a 3x3 here. And then I would have the inputs. And then that would be a gap here. So I'd be able to run Conduit easily enough. Let me just double check. That's only 15. So I'd want to push this back one. Because these gaps would run like that. Let's just do it so I can visualize it a bit better. Yeah, so that's how that would be. And then this guy would be like so. Up to the roof. Because then I could have more rows of machines going like this. I could have multi-blocks going here. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to future-proof a little bit. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to work or not. So for this to happen... Oh, hello. We just ran into another problem. The game finally caught up that it doesn't like me using 4x under this. So now none of these things have power. Which is a problem, because we're in the middle of a craft. I don't think I can actually use this stuff to step up a tier, can I? Take that, take that. Let's just take all of it for the moment. How do I make 16x? In the assembler, 28. With a lot of rubber, holy shit. I'm gonna need more of that. For sure. Probably need to have to use all of that. I can't even step that down. God, that's weird. Okay, okay. Well, I can't just tell it to craft rubber because there's no fucking power in there. Let's do this. So we get resin. This needs to be... That's 26. I need that to be 28. Oh, get that back in there. Definitely gonna need more rubber. More of this. Wow, a lot more rubber. Which I don't have any spare floating around. Oh, that has no power. Great. Why does that not have power? Oop. Thought the game crashed for a second. Is that really not going to run? Gave me one. Just doesn't have enough rubber again? There's a car out the back, you can probably hear that. This is only using 8 EU per tick. That shouldn't be a problem. I guess it's just because of the rubber? Because that's only doing 144 at a time. I don't have a better way to melt it. We're gonna need more of that as well though. Just fill that up. So I've got one piece. Well, that allows this guy to run again. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Interesting that the system let me run using the 4X for so long, and now all of a sudden it's burning shit down. Like my whole playthrough so far, I've been connecting 4X to the MV. To the 16X here. So I'm curious why now it is registered that I'm doing that wrong. It's interesting. One more. I need more cable for sure. Let's just do this. I didn't make any more blend yet, did I? No. Nope. That gets our wire mill running again. Which apparently had a lot of backlog, which is fine. It's the assembling machine that I kind of need up. I guess I need everything back up. All the way up to here at least. So I need like 7 more pieces, I think. Let's have a look at... glowstone? Ooh, hang on. Got a bit. Plenty of redstone. But I can't combine those manually. Do I have an LV mixer? I do. Okay, that can get to work. And then I need gold to turn that into energetic. That's still doing this. So I did this off camera as well, now that I think about it. So I just went to a building, basically tore down all the terracotta. Terracotta is getting pushed into a macerator, turns into clay dust, which is electrolyzed, and it gives me aluminium dust as the main thing. But you also get silicon and lithium, I think. Silicon and sodium? And lithium, yeah. So plenty of aluminium, which goes in the blast furnace to make aluminium, believe it or not. Just waiting on rubber. 2 more of them. Why was I making coal dust? Why is that not running is another interesting question. Interesting. I don't know why that one's not charging up. It should be. I'll have to restart my client again when I fix this up. I feel like blowing up cables breaks the game. The game is not ready. Whoa. Is not ready for that to happen. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need more of that. Mixer, give me that. Blast furnace, get to work. Is that still doing aluminium or not? No. No, I said that I could never do stuff like this. It's actually really interesting to figure out and see things come together. Yeah, I really love... There's just like a constant sense of progression in this. In modded Minecraft, which is why I play it so much. Well, which is why I enjoy playing it. It's really cool just to see these systems slowly build and slowly expand upon themselves. It's a good sense of accomplishment for sure. If you got into it, you'll definitely be able to make it work for you. Like this quest thing, this basically teaches you how to do everything, right? Just work your way through, follow the lines along, make sure you read all the little tutorials up here. So why has this got full energy and this doesn't? Alright. I'm going to reconnect and just see if I get power back into those 3. Or those 2, really. Like, there's no reason that it shouldn't be accepting power. Hopefully nothing's burned down around me yet. No, we're good. So they're still not accepting power. Although that has no coal in it now. None of these... Why does that say 40% progress? But it has nothing here. I feel like I've definitely broken something. And that's still telling me this is an alloy smelter. Fucking stupid. I may have to replace those machines, but that's a problem because we're in the middle of a craft. So let's cancel that. Stop. Just stop. Quit doing stuff. Give me that. Give me that. Give me all of that. Just give me everything. Okay. So stop that craft. Until I get the power hooked back up, I'll replace all the machines, and then we'll turn the system back on. Until then, this guy can just sleep. Just chill out. Don't do anything. Take a load off. How's this going? Probably need more rubber. Yes. Kind of like I'm vicariously learning and enjoying the process. Makes me want to give it a shot. Yeah, definitely should. A lot of fun. Electric furnace. Right. So I want 4 more, and I'm gonna reset the whole assembly line. That's got 7. So this is working. It is working slow, but I think I've just broken everything, so that may be part of the problem. I'm not sure what the bottleneck with this is. Is it just how slow this runs? I think it might be. It's just how slow it is to get oxygen out of water. Because that is incredibly fucking slow. I think that's fine. It's not a big deal. More rubber, more pieces, please. Kind of annoying to see this stuff everywhere. Like, I've got so much 4x and 1x. I think I use 1x in a lot of crafting actually, so that's fine. I could actually pulverize this back down to dust. That's interesting. And then I can probably just smelt that. So I can recycle that. I feel like that Mesa is pretty backlogged though. I don't think I need to currently. I'll just keep it, because I'm getting more crafting over here. Some more gold. That's fine, that can go. Chop that up. So I need 28 more gold. Oop, 26. So that'll get us another stack and a half of that, which is good. I don't really think I need all of it to be in here. Oop. Well, then again, maybe I do. It does use a lot. I think it's using 16 per iteration, and that's got no rubber left. Get that going again. I'm gonna have to start cutting down trees, rubber trees again soon, because I'm getting pretty low on this resin. Two more and the system will be back. Why did that interface change? So I'm kind of afraid to break and replace them, because I don't know if they'll remember their inputs and outputs. They probably won't, right? That's not even set to output on the top. Why? I guess because I moved it. So that answers that question. Input and output from the top. Output. Because I moved that from here to here, and it didn't remember its outputs. So if I break stuff here, I'm going to have to remind them of their outputs, which is kind of annoying. But if things aren't operating, then I don't really have a choice. And if I do that... Actually, I think I can do it from the front, right? I mean, it's test, right? So this guy here is outputting from the back. It's not doing anything. If I do this, he's outputting from the top. If I do this... Okay, so I still need to actually hit the top face to make it do that. Which means I need to break the interface regardless. Kind of annoying. Kind of very annoying. I'm going to connect all the cable. I'll break and replace the CEF on the end, and then I'll restart the server once more and see if it happens. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to replace everything. It's not like a huge deal. It's just kind of annoying. But we shouldn't have that problem in the future because we're running 16x cable like I should have been doing the whole time. I need one more. One more, and then we can try and fix everything. And this is done, so take that out. Ah, because I didn't... That's all the glowstone I had, right? Yeah. How do you make glowstone? I can get it from a witch. Well, that's convenient. I'll have to set that up at some point. Glowstone plate? Gold dust and phosphor makes glowstone. Phosphor, really? Pretty sure I've got phosphor. I've got 7 pieces, okay, so I don't have a lot of that. Good to know. pretty sure it can be mined. But regardless, I think the witch option will be the easiest. It'll be super convenient to get all of this automated, which is part of why I want to get the clay automated, so I can just have a whole bunch of these guys running. And then I'll just store heaps of the pristine matter and tell AE that it can create whatever it wants from the loot fabricator. Really. Slightly short. Is this going to be enough? Find out. What was in here? 12. The answer is yes. I got a bunch of spare rubber in there, that's fine. Alright, so that's the last part we needed. Okay. So that's MV and it's lossless. So that should have power all the way along. Now I would reset the client, but resetting the client takes so long. Typically, booting the server doesn't really help. And it didn't. What if I do this? Do you register any change? No. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to do it to every machine just to make sure we're good, right? Huh. Like I don't think it's any LV at all. It's just the MV. I didn't realize there was a hole all the way through that. Yeah, because they're just stuck in the process. Okay, so the compressor will only be outputting to the top. Oh, that's a problem. It still says 94. That's refreshed it. So it's this block space. It's the same problem I'm having with this, saying it's an alloy smelter. Like a x equals 9 problem. Oh, that's a big problem. If this doesn't fix it, then my world is fucked, right? Take all of that back. I'm gonna have to do a full client reset and find out if that helps. Because if it doesn't, I've got no idea how to fix that problem. So my apologies, but it's gonna take, it takes like 2 or 3 minutes to fire back up from the desktop. Get that running. Yeah, because it's not updating the machine blocks in that specific location. So all I could do is not use that location or somehow refresh them. And refreshing them, I couldn't refresh them manually by breaking or reconnecting the power or breaking even the block. Like it remembered when I put it back, retain that metadata. Which is a huge problem. So hopefully a server reset will like refresh the data of all the machines. If it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time on Google trying to work it out. There's no way that I'm starting again from scratch. And I don't really want to move everything to another building. The only other realistic option I have is to stop using that building. So I'd have to move everything to a new location. Which, as you can imagine, is a massive pain in the ass. Probably the hardest part would be just resetting up all the polyethylene production line. Fucking with all these chemicals again. All the AE stuff is pretty basic. You just have to really remember which patterns go where. Huh. Hopefully this works. I'm kind of worried. I hope it works. Fucking dodgy. I guess that's what I get for trying to use the 4x cable on a machine that is not supposed to use it. All the stuff you got going on relocating would be a nightmare. It would. Would indeed. I know where I'd move to. I've already found a nice island that I'd like to live on. I kind of imagined that I would turn all the buildings near me into a like an auto crafting haven that I don't need to be around, and then I would move all my like manual stuff elsewhere when I get teleportation. But I don't want to move everything this early in the game and have to reset up all that automation. The point is to leave that here and then move away from it, not bring it with me. Huh. Might just spend some time googling while I'm waiting, see if there's anything that comes up. Well, I'm not really seeing anything immediate. I don't want to look at it. Fucking want to know. Let me move my chat back. Okay, it fixed it. It fixed it. Oh my god. The relief is palpable. Fuck me. I was genuinely scared for a minute there. Thank you, Minecraft gods. Whew. Just wipe that sweat off my brow. Fucking hell. Thank god, no kidding. Wow. That was the most tense thing I've ever felt in Minecraft. Kinda weird. Okay. Everything should be operational again. Let's just double check there's... Oh. Alright, I ran under that a second ago. Just make sure there's nothing in here that shouldn't be in here. Nothing should be getting stored in the interfaces. Does that have fluid? That has tin in it. I need to get that tin out before I tell it to do anything else, because that'll cause a backlog if I need to melt rubber or something. Got hella serious all of a sudden? Yeah, it did. That would have been hours and hours of work to fix. Or hours and hours of work thrown in the drain if I didn't fix it. I think I would have ended stream today for sure if that was still a problem. Like, my heart couldn't have dealt with it right now. Alright, no, I've actually got tin up there. Can I combine these? No. It's got rubber in it. Okay, give me that. Let's do this. Rubber out. Tin in. Tin out. Did that work? Yes. So now I got them both in the one tank. That can go back away. Okay. Okay. Crisis averted. Now I don't even remember what the hell I was doing. Phenol. That's what I was doing, right? Is that what I was doing? I've got it here, so obviously that's what I was doing. So I can smash that and bring it up. I need to transport water and lava to it, which is kind of awkward because I don't have any lava coming upstairs. So I'm going to need a lot more conduit to push the lava that far. Unless I do this. What was difficult about this? This guy? I'll just make another ender tank. That'll save me like 20 pieces of conduit. Probably closer to 50 actually, if I think about it. So while I could upgrade this to MV. I kind of don't feel like I need to. Like this one can stay LV, I think. This one needs to be MV. Hey Tuzza, welcome. Just working on auto crafting. If I can get upstairs. Automated polyethylene today, so that's what all these chem reactors are for, just to get our sheets up here. We had a crisis where these blocks weren't updating, so I had to refresh the client. And if I didn't, I would have had to either move all my shit somewhere else or just stop, I guess. So that was a huge crisis that worked out in my favor, so I'm glad that's done. And now we're trying to automate Phenyl, so I need to move this guy upstairs. But let's build an ender tank first. I should probably teach the machine how to make one as well. Let's, now that everything's running, alright, let's get some more patterns, 10 of. That'll actually give us 16. It should be plenty in the short term. We'll worry about the storage bus later. I've already told it how to make one, but we don't need it right now. I need to see this moving to just know that things are working again. Please move. Why is that taking so long? That was interesting. Let's already set on ignore. Ignore the contents of the target inventory. Do these all get reset? Just the ones I broke, it seems. So this one will be reset. And that one should be straight. These ones should all be blocking. Okay. And this is creating circuits, which are getting pulled out, yes. Getting shoved into that. This is doing the tin. Okay, everything's running again. Which means we'll have patterns very shortly. I need to wait for the machine to go through the whole process so I can make those. Okay. Okay, that's fine. What's involved in the ender tank? I should add that to my list. So blaze rods, obsidian, wool are no problem. Block of ender pearls is no problem. Just throw it in there, it's fine. This guy, I'm gonna have to make these again manually, I think. Yeah. It's gonna be weird to teach the system how to make that, because to make that you have to throw it in front of that guy and give it a redstone pulse. Weird. I think AE2 does have redstone emitters, but I'm not entirely sure how to automate them, now that I think about it. So does it need redstone or redstone blocks for this stuff? Nope. Oh, I see. The block of redstone... Isn't this just made from a single redstone? It is. Interesting. So it's better to use these than it is to use that. That's 9 redstone as opposed to 1 redstone. Why? Take that out. I'll alloy smelt that. guy, and I think I've got redstone here, don't I? Did I really use them all? Or is it redstone here? It is. These guys. I only needed 4, so I guess we'll only do 4. Okay. Electrical steel is something that I'm looking forward to teaching it, because I'm always running out of it. How's this going? Nice. Let's tell it how to make electrical steel, shall we? Stuff. Alloy smelter, silicon and steel, which means I need to teach it steel, which is coal dust and wrought iron. Can use carbon dust, which is interesting. Probably end up swapping to that at some point, because coal is a resource I have to mine. I mean, coal is getting turned into coal coke, which is carbon dust anyway, so that doesn't really bypass the problem. Okay. Processing. So wrought iron and coal dust makes steel. Steel and silicon makes electrical steel. So those are both alloy smelters. Is that really a 1-to-1? I guess it was. Yeah, I guess it is. The dust just gets smashed into the ingot. Fair enough. We'll do plates as well. Uses. Compressor. So now I can make electrical steel plates. Ah, right. This is the problem we ran into. So. There's 2 ways I can bypass that. Either I can put another interface on this machine, or I can build another one of these machines and put it on the assembly line. So if I was going to do the former, how would I do it? I would replace this with a chest, and then I'd have an interface touching 2 faces of the chest, and then I would have to have conduit pulling into the machine, and then pulling back into the interface. I guess I could tell that to output directly into an interface. That would work too. That's going to look pretty messy. I could turn those into smaller interfaces, but that'll look pretty similar as well. So really I'm just trying to think, because if I extended this out, like if I needed more on the wire mill here, I could have a chest on it, and then I could have theoretically 3 interfaces touching that chest, but then I need, like, that's expandable. I could do that the whole line and that would be fine, because interfaces don't push into one another. But I'd need to work out how best to get this output back into an interface, because the NDIO conduit is smart, but it's not super smart. Really, that would only work for 2 interfaces, because I need to have the conduit touching the chest. Because these aren't smart enough to push and pull from a chest, they can only do 1. So I could get 2 interfaces per machine, and then I would have a lot of extra conduit here. I think it's worth doing to at least 1 to find out how it works. Is this going to work? It is. So I need an interface. I need one of these guys. What am I missing? Chests. One of them. That's our compressor. We got conduit. Do I want filter? No, I don't. It's fine. So we just need that interface. Which is done. So this has to go. So this is outputting upwards, and it's accepting from the top, so we don't want that to do either of those things. So we turn that off in here, don't we? So that will not input or output manually from any direction. So if we have a chest on top, and then let's say we had our interfaces connected like so. Connect that backwards interface, that's still connected to the system. So now we've got two interfaces connected to this chest. Now I need this chest to be pushing into here. So if we did this, and we told this that there's no reason to connect here or here, this extract's always on green, this insert's always on green, so that'll pull anything that's put into the chest into here. And then if I tell this guy it's south, we'll extract on green always, always active, and then insert back into the interface. So what that'll do is these guys will dump into the chest, the conduit will pull into the machine will have this conduit will pull out of the machine, push it straight back into the AE system. So that should work. So now we put patterns in here. Oop, that's a problem. Give me that back. So now theoretically I can have 16 patterns connected to this machine. So that's... what was the one I just made? It's electrical steel, right? This guy. So if I can make electrical steel, then it's working because it has to make wrought iron to do that. And this is expandable down the line because it's only taking up one block this way, right? So I could put another interface on this face of this block, but I couldn't do that to the Y mill there because obviously this chest is there. So if I wanted to expand the system down the line, I could do so. Okay, so let's just assume in the short term that that's going to work, and we'll add this guy. Get one of them. Now, this one's hardened glass. Does it accept fused quartz? Is what I want to know. It does indeed. How does one get fused quartz again? Nether quartz in the alloy smelter, 3:1 ratio. I mean, oh! Okay. Let's turn that back to processing. Clear that out. Ooh. Fused quartz in the alloy, 3:1. Now that goes in here. That goes in the assembler here. Doesn't know how to make copper plate? I'm not sure. No. Well, let's tell it how to do that. One of those. There's one of those. Ooh, just got a massive spike of pain in my temple. Ow. So now that's going to be going into a chest somewhere. Which chest is it? This one with the plates. So copper plates, yeah. Now we'll tell it how to make that. I'm just trying to automate ender tanks completely so I don't have to make another one of these in the future. That's not really what I wanted. Do I have any fused quartz? I do. That's what I want. Copper, yep. So that makes the portable tank. I'm going to have to teach it how to make a block of... Can it use any wool? Does it have to be white? It looks like it has to be white. It's kind of annoying because I don't have any. So block of ender pearls, crafting pattern. Wool is 4 string, which I do have. Now I have an ender tank. String. Okay, so what does it say if I do this? Give me one of these. Doesn't know how to make electrical steel ingots yet. Really? Advanced alloy smelter, electrical steel ingot. What? Electrical steel ingot, redstonia, resonating redstone crystal. Well, no, it wouldn't know how to make those yet, would it? Where the fuck did they go? Wait, they went in here, didn't they? Yeah. Wow, confused myself for a second. So those aren't automated yet, which is fine, because I haven't set up the the reconstructor yet. But I don't know why it's not accepting. No. Where's the alloy smelter? This guy. Electrical steel is 1 steel and 1 silicon. This guy is powered. Nothing in it. It is outputting to the top. Yes. Electrical steel ingot with steel and silicon dust. I don't think it has any silicon dust in the system currently. But it should just tell me that, right? Electrical steel ingot. Okay, let's look at that recipe again. This guy. Actually, this guy as well. Electrical steel plates. One of those. One of those. So that definitely wants plates. Doesn't make sense to me that it doesn't know how to make electrical steel. What do you say if I do this? Okay, he just fucking does it. So, electrical steel here is making the right thing. So this one, no, I need the electrical plate again. Wow, I'm confusing the hell out of myself. So it uses steel dust and silicon in this guy. Steel dust and silicon creates 1 electrical steel ingot, so it knows it can get that ingot, which it then knows it can smash into plate. Electrical steel ingot makes 1 electrical steel plate. Yes. Is this... Did I have that set to the crafting pattern, maybe? What do you say if I do that? Right. Okay. So if we take... I mean, that one's working, right? It's the plate that's the problem. The plate, that's the problem. Where is the plate? There. Clear that. No, that's a processing pattern. Hang on. It's expecting an Ender IO electrical steel ingot. For some reason it has taken in the GregTech one. That's what I want. That's what I want. Let's update that. That'll go back in the chest somewhere. This guy. Those go back in this. No, not that guy. Chill out. This one. So it's just an OR dictionary problem. So now we can craft one. Okay. Problem solved. Keep conduit. That'll make us an ender tank. It's gonna craft a whole bunch more electrical steel because I had it in my inventory intentionally just to make sure it was working. And it is. So I think these ender tanks. Ooh. This guy's empty. I'm pretty sure that's just because it's searching for more and it'll fill up shortly. So it's triple red, so I need more red. Okay, up. Red dye, which I have. These guys. I might have to look at speeding up the lava pump in the nether. Because this guy needs lava and water, but I don't want to run Conduit all the way over there. So this can stand to be LV, that's fine. So I need to break this guy and move him upstairs, right? Yes. He's got steam in him. I'll take that. Take that. Let's just... I want to remove all this cable because it's now unnecessary. So I have fluid. Why do I have power going further? Is that just going to this as well? It is. Okay. It's weird not having my jetpack on. This is worrying. It's been empty for quite a while. So I want to have energy coming over here. But I don't need fluid over here. Take all of that back. That is actually going up to a machine that isn't plugged in currently, but that's fine. Disconnect all of that. Energy can disappear from here as well. Because we're taking this guy with us. Let me out. Thank you. Okay. We'll take this. Take that. It's going to take this whole thing up there, plug it in. I'm never going to remember exactly which order this stuff went. I think it's pretty customizable, so it should be okay. Look at the shitty roofing remnants. Go away. I think the inner layer is still stone up there. Let's block that off. Ah, that's an interesting problem that I wasn't expecting. Fill all that back in. It's fine. Okay. So we want it to be here. Which one are the main blocks? These guys, these guys. Let's just lay it out again. So it's basically like that. This stuff goes like that. So we got energy input is going to be on the back. How do I want to do the inputs? Yeah. I guess I could have all the inputs on the back. And then add the outputs on the front. And then that would be easier to push it along. I guess we'll do that. Fluid input, energy input, input. So I have the energy in the middle. Am I inputting fluids into this? I'm not. So we have coal getting pushed in, we have energy getting pushed in. This is irrelevant, really. That's the CEF. I'll do that last. So that gets 3 there. Controller goes there. We have the fluid output there because we want it going into those machines. That'll be coal coke, which I don't really need, but will be useful at some point. The fluid input is steam, isn't it? I'm pushing steam into this. It's fine. So I need to have a magmatic connected to that, getting lava and water. So I could really do that just like that, really. It's getting water and lava. Did that retain its augments? It did. So this guy is full of steam again. That looks a bit janky, doesn't it? I mean, I'm sure it's fine. So the CEF pulling energy up. Which means I need... Let's just go ahead and do this real quick. So I don't have to use my grappling hook indoors, fly around a bit. So the CEF I could have basically just pointing straight up from the floor here. So let's get that there. That is not... Can these not face vertically? Are you kidding me? Huh, they can only face horizontal. What a weird design decision that would be. Okay, then it's going here, right? I think I had it 1 up. Yeah, we'll move it 1 up. Like so. And that power will come out and go straight in. I think I can still just use 4x for that. I guess I could just have it connected directly, right? Like why have that at all? And then I'll just have our conduit coming up. It's kind of hard to make sure it's all facing the right way though. Get that out of there again. Just punch that back through so I can find it if I have to. We can have its 4 batteries back. So theoretically this should have power. Does this draw naturally? I mean, it took a tiny bit. So that's getting steam, so if I threw coal in there it would run. That's the output, so coal is going to be going in here. Output, output. I thought it was only 16 coal that it needed. It definitely has steam. Can it not pull just from the batteries? When this is gone, does it say the same thing? It does. Maybe it does need the power cable. No. Oh, hang on. I know what it is. Idiot. God damn it. Now it's going to be a pain in the butt to put this back. I think we got it actually. Yep. Batteries. Is that accepting power? It is. Nice. So that's running again. I realize I don't have glass to replace that. Actually, I do, don't I? Okay. Now, I don't have any conduit up here yet. So I'm just going to have to run it all the way from the basement to connect that. Oh, bit of lag. I'm curious if I can make conduit facades out of this glass. I'm not 100% sure. Because really, I don't want to be running it here, I want to be running it here. So where does this take us? That's not terrible, I can just run it across the roof here and connect it. Where'd it go? That one. Alright. It really confused me for a second, just that placement. So now, these batteries will be filling up again. Yes. So we have power going to this guy. And that will have phenol and coal coke. 20 coal coke? What? 16 coal makes 20 coal coke? Since when is that a thing? So we need a interface connected to that block. Only that block. Resin. I've only got 600 of this left. Okay, make one of them. You can have that coal coke, because I don't want it. I'm gonna have to run ME conduit over there. So I guess for in the mean... I wonder if I can turn that 90 degrees. Like, can I have that interface pointing this way? I mean, it seems fine, right? Because that's ideal to have it at the back. But if I do that, then I can just... connect like so. Perfect straight line. Alright, let's check that interface. It would be ideal to get another alloy smelter. No, another assembling machine. So one does circuits and the other does processes. Because as it is currently, you have to wait for the circuits to be done before it can do the processes. Which is not 100% ideal. But now this can connect here. So that should be able to interface with this. All I have to do there is put coal in. Warframe God to Minecraft. Warframe needs more content for us to drool over your parkour. I mean, technically, I played Minecraft long before I played Warframe, so... But yes, I am definitely waiting for more content. There is a mainline coming soon, TM, so that should be interesting. Let's smash our way through here, because that needs our circuit back in. So I need to teach it. I need to find out exactly how much coal coke I'm getting. Although I guess I don't, because I mean, I will. Will I? Will I? Let me think about that. So I just need the phenol. Miss my vids? Yeah. I haven't played it in weeks, really. There's nothing for me currently. So I could have that constantly inputting coal. And then I could have it... Well, I need to make fluid storage for phenol, don't I? Because I need to have that pushing into... What was it? Chemical reactor? Yeah. Let's make another chemical reactor. It only has to be low voltage. Make another one of them. That lighting makes that cable look different. Completely lost track of what I was doing. Chemical reactor. Let's add this guy to here. Doesn't know how to make rotors or motors yet, as far as I know. And rotors are a pain in the ass, because they require all kinds of weird little things. Tin ring, a tin screw. Okay, I'm gonna have to do all this. So I need a hammer, a file. And I'm gonna need more patterns. What am I short on for more patterns? Electrum and the circuit board that I'm trying to make. Well, let's teach you how to make electrum real quick. It's only gold and silver, right? Should be able to do ingots, yeah. So that guy in the alloy smelter. And then I need to tell it how to make a wire? Does it really know how to make electrum wire? I thought I told her that already. Huh. I've kind of confused myself why I needed electrum all of a sudden. The patterns. So I should just make more of that phenol right now. I think I've got some stored. Is it really just this? And I can't make any less patterns either, can I? Because they have to be done in batches of 8. What do you say to 8? It says fuck off. Got none left at all. Okay. It's a shame because I don't think I have a cluster mill canning machine. No. Shame. Nope. What about this? I don't have... It doesn't know how to do magnetic yet either. So I can tell it how to do that. Wow, I'm out of this again? You serious? Okay, I'm gonna have to manually make some of that right now. Alright, do I have a machine available? I don't think I do. I think everything is doing its thing. It's fine. Super manual time. Bolts and screws. I do have tin rods. Tin bolts, make a bunch of them. Tin screws, make a bunch of them. I need the tin rings, which are here. That needs tin rods. Let's do some of this. Bunch of tin rods. And then I think it knows how to make tin plates, so that should be fine. Tin plate? Okay, it doesn't. Oh, that's tin alloy. Okay, that's fine. So, compressor. It's really annoying that I can't just that I have to manually click that button. It's always getting in the way. Okay, so compressor, which is now actually a chest, this guy. So I can do tin now. Just dump those in there. I thought I was in there already, but I'm not. I don't know if I've got all the tools required in this thing. I want a hammer, screwdriver, file. Yes. Operator. I need 2 circuits. Can I afford 2 circuits? Yes, I can. That is my last 2 circuit boards to get that. What was the last thing? Machine hull. And we're good on that. Just wait for that to craft up. Circuit. Circuit. LV machine hull. Basic chemical reactor. Okay. So that is definitely low voltage. This is definitely low voltage cable. That's not accepting power. Why? Why indeed? What? So why is that not full? Is it just not able to push power through all these things that are running? Is that the problem? Like I may need to upgrade this cable. What is that missing? It's missing oxygen. Which is fine, that's the bottleneck. I don't know if there's better cable for LV. Cobalt. Okay, hang on, there's a lot of different cable here. So this is 32 voltage, 16 amperage. That's the same. That's because I'm looking at the same thing. Well, this has double the amperage, but it has loss per block. Which is something we don't want. LV. Oh, lead wire. Wow, look at that loss. 6 per block, are you insane? Silver has. Oh, that's high voltage. Looks like 3216 is the best we've got. So I'm already using the best wire available. Let's try something. Which one's running? This guy? Electrolyzer should be always running. That's still not pulling power. I reckon it's just this cabling fucking up again. I reckon there's some problem with this GregTech cable that is always causing inconsistencies. Like I've always got problems with it. Like that's got power now. And that's charging. That's all it is. I don't understand this cable at all. It's stupid. Why do I have Phenyl on me? Because I have to do it manually, right? So let's make a bunch of those circuit boards. coated? Yeah. I'm gonna have to tell it how to make. We'll do right now. No, we won't. So, Phenyl in here, circuit boards in here. So if I get a bunch of this stuff, I can make more patterns and I can make more interfaces, which means I can automate the stuff being made again. So I need another interface for sure. Not sure how many I needed for an interface, so I guess we'll just try 10. And we'll let that run. I need 3. It's good to know. Alright, swap that back over. I want jungle wood. Huh. I'm assuming that will allow any kind of wood. So we'll do that. How do I make this? Let's just plank into that, right? It's 3 planks. So again, if I do that, I still kind of want to do it with oak just to make sure. But turn your dictionary on, so it should do it with any wood. Because I will have some jungle wood when I'm doing the rubber tree stuff. Oof, it's crafting a lot of plate. That's going to take a while. Why is there wire in here? That is interesting. Because this is outputting from the side, maybe? Shouldn't be. I need to know why that happened. It's weird seeing all these as yellow and blue, because that means they're running. Typically they're not. I don't want to break shit. I need to know if this is outputting out the top, but I don't want to break stuff while the auto crafting is running. Is that the only problem we had? Like the wire mill isn't running, is it? I'm pretty sure it's not running. Why is that? This guy should be making fine copper wire, and it's not. Was that annealed? No, that's the good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna do that manually for the moment, and then I need to check that. Like, the system is expecting this fine wire to be coming back. Have I maybe put... Ah, I see. Hang on. This is interacting with the chest. So it's putting wire in here, which is getting pulled into here. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Well, this guy's done, which means all auto crafting is finished. So the problem is this is interacting with things that it shouldn't. Stop that. So what we do is we do that. And then I don't think I can connect that with Conduit. I have to actually use cable. Well, conveniently enough, I have exactly 1 piece of cable. So that connects it back to the system. And that makes it so it will only interact with this, which is good. This hopefully can output into that. I'm assuming that it can. Let's get all this wire back in here. That's not wire, that's not wire. It's these ones. Okay. Am I missing one? Do I really not have fine tin wire set up? Guess not. It's interesting. So now that issue shouldn't happen, but it is something that I have to keep in mind going forward. So I can't ever have a situation where two interfaces are touching one chest that is meant only for one inventory. Like this chest is specifically for the compressor, so I can't have an interface touching that unless I want it to be running into the compressor. It's good to know. Yeah, alright. Problem solved. Let's do that. Do I have any moleculars left? I think I got 4 more. I've got 8 more. Get those in there. So I want to teach you how to do the rotor stuff. Is there a reason to do, say, the ring? I could do that in the extruder. So 1 ingot creates 4 rings. But that is a MV machine, or an MV process. So that's more efficient to do it this way. Because if I do it the regular way, I'm turning 1 ingot into 2 rods, and then 1 rod into 1 ring. So this is twice as efficient. But it requires that I build another machine that is specific to rings. It's also slow. That's just a steel plate. This needs more copper nickel. Copper nickel? Copper nickel, yeah. I think I'm probably going to do it. It's not really worth it just for this one thing, but I'm sure I'm going to need to make a lot of rings at one point or another. Like a rotor is a pretty typical machine component, right? So I feel like having this machine at some point will be useful. Get rid of the chemical reactor for the moment. We'll leave the phenol there because I'm not done with that. How are we making copper nickel? Hang on a sec. That's the same efficiency, that's fine. Is it an alloy smelter? It is. It's nickel and copper, 1 to 1. Nickel and copper. Cool. Copper. Makes... I think it made 2, didn't it? Okay. You. Give me that. You. Tin alloy dust, fine electrum wire. Okay. Have I really not taught you how to do that? That seems weird. Let's do the electrum first. I can't make any patterns, can I? No, I can do one process. Okay, that's good. I can put that into the alloy smelter for the moment. So we got electrum in here, I just never taught it how to turn it into wire in here. I feel like it's odd that I don't have fine tin wire. Hey, I do have a polarizer set up. This is the first guy here. Interesting. And that's doing steel. I need to teach that how to do iron as well. What are we waiting on? A lot of stuff. I'm looking forward to doing... There's a challenge in here somewhere. This one. You can have stacks of items stored inside of an interface. Placing a storage bus onto the interface lets you access and use those items in recipes. Putting a crafting card inside the interface will let the interface automatically place orders for items it is lacking. This is the best way to keep basic components in stock so you don't need to wait for them to be crafted. Especially things like wafers, circuits, and rods. Yes, so having circuits and shit, auto-crafting, and always keeping a stack on hand will be super convenient. But I can't really just let the system do that yet. It's not far away, these things are not hard to make. But it's expensive to set that up. Then I'll like always have interfaces floating around. Always have a stack of patterns floating around. That'd be nice. So I've already done that recipe. Need to teach it how to make electrum wire. This guy. And the wire mill. And then electrum fine wire as well. This guy. Also in the wire mill. This one. This one. I'm going to just leave a gap because it's worrying me. I'm still going to have to make another wire mill so I can separate those properly. And then what was the other one? It was dust? Tin alloy dust? Tin alloy. Really? What do you need tin alloy dust for? It knows how to make the ingot, it just doesn't know how to squish it. Assume it's at a 1-to-1. How's our macerator looking? We got plenty of room. Do I want to do that? I guess I could teach it to do 4x wire. I mean, I'll probably have to, right? It's a bit shoddy because it uses up quite a few patterns here. It also doesn't know how to do copper nickel wire yet. Come on, mouth. Wire mill. Makes that. Then 2 of those. Two of those makes that. 2 of those makes that. So ingot into wire, 2 wires into 1 bigger wire, 2 bigger wires into even bigger wire. Like so. Alright. Get rid of that. I don't need all of that stuff on me. That can go away. That can go away, that can go away. That can go away, get rid of half of that. Alright, so I think it knows how to make everything except this. So let's... I could set up an extruder for pipes as well. Normal pipes. But there's also medium voltage. So I don't want to teach it how to do those things. I have nothing that I need. Okay. Kind of annoying. Because I don't really want to tell it how to create medium voltage machines, right? Until we get to high voltage, what's the point? I feel like I've gone a bit off track, right? Like I wanted to automate the phenol, and I don't remember why. Like I know why I need to do it for the patterns, but I don't remember why I got off track. Is my point. was a storage bus originally, wasn't it? That I was working towards. Yeah, I've gone crazily off track and I don't know why. I don't remember what I was trying to make. What else is the storage bus used for? Nothing apparently. Kidding me? I want to make a machine for rings. Yeah, that was part of the extruder. Like, I needed one of these for rings, I need another one for pipe. The ring was for the motor, wasn't it? Motors. Electric motor. What are these called? Yeah. Why is that not showing up here? What the hell? No, it is. So what was that for? It wasn't the motor, it was the rotor. I was trying to automate rotors, which needed the rings. It's the tin ring. Right, I was trying to automate this. Screws are done in the lathe, which is interesting, I didn't know that. And the ring needed the extruder. Okay. Okay. Let's add that so I don't forget again. So we do definitely still want these. Okay. Whew, alright. So I need 8 of those. 8x4s. I need 2 processors. 2 of those guys. So 2 of these things, which we can make. 2 of these. Yeah, which I can make. I've just got no CPUs available, so I'll have to wait for a minute. There's a co-crafting. Pretty sure. Yeah. I'll need to expand that at some point. That's the first time I've run into that issue. So we'll just let this... Why is that doing that? Where did I put those wires? Alright, that shouldn't be in there. That can stay. That can't. That's a wire mill thing. Which may have just broken everything. No, it's worked it out. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So now I need 2 pistons. We're good to do. 2 MV machine hulls. Actually, I needed 4 processors, didn't I? I only made 2. MV machine hull. I can afford. I need 2 more of these guys. Which needs tin alloy dust. I just taught you how to make that. Did I not? Nope. Missing 1 tin alloy ingot? Okay. I think I've run into that same problem I had earlier, where one of these things is or dictionaried wrong. Tin, fucking let me type, please. So tin alloy says it needs dust to make, but it doesn't. Right, so that's where I've gone wrong. I've forgotten to change that recipe. Tin alloy was just tin and iron, I think. Tin alloy is there. Tin and iron makes a tin alloy ingot. So I should know how to do that. We can do this. Which tin do I have? One of you. One of you makes two of them. Ah. No. That didn't change. I thought it was going to, but it didn't. Tin alloy, and then to make dust. This one. Tin alloy, can you do this for me now? You don't need dust. What if I take that out? That is getting really annoying. Just let me type. Okay. So that can create it. Makes two. It's fine. Do I have dust on me? I do. One of you makes one of you. Or do I just not need that at all? What's the other thing I was making here? Processor? Yeah, I just confused it because I taught it two ways to make tin alloy. So I don't need that at all. Okay. Alright, that was a weird problem. I got through it. So now that should have no trouble creating more of that, right? Stored. Pretty sure we're good. So we just need those pipes now. So I need 6 steel plates total. Apparently I haven't taught it how to make plates. So that is the steel I've got, and that is the plate I want. And that goes in the compressor, which is now a chest, isn't it? This one. So now you can have these ingots, of which there are only 11, so I'd have to make one more. Though I only needed 6, didn't I? But we're going to make 12 just to make sure it knows what it's doing, which it does. Alright. So we only needed 6 of them. Because I don't want to automate this yet, because that's why we're building the extruder. Apart from the pins as well, obviously. Okay, and then that was hammer and, I mean, let's just click it. Hammer and file. God damn it. Whenever I press T, it closes out of this window. It's super annoying. That is a small steel pipe. That is a medium steel pipe. Okay, so I needed 2 of those, which I have. So now I have 2 advanced extruders. Nice. Now I need one of those to be a ring, which is this guy. So file and hammer. File and hammer. Actually need another one of these. Because I need one for the rings and one for the pipes. Let's give that a minute. That's making steel as well, okay. Which means it has to make wrought iron. Bit of a process. So 2 of them. Now pipe uses what? Cutters in the middle, pipe in the top left. I don't have any cutters. Can I make one? No. I need plates. Three of them. Oh, I need a screw as well. Are you kidding me? Got iron bolt. Screw. Alright. Now just give me the cutter, please. Thank you. So cutter in the bottom makes normal pipe. Which it wants. Normal pipe. Okay. And then this guy needs ring, which is cutter to the right. Alright. Now if I tell you to do this, can you do it? Yes, you can. Alright. So these guys... I need more energetic conduit. Of which I have fuck all. Let's start transforming that. Then I have to wire. No, I won't. I need more rubber. Can you do this? No. Yes, do that. So I need more rubber in here. And there's obviously something else in the way. Aluminium plate. So that can go in here. Get that melting down. Snap that in there. I'm assuming 28 is the one we want, and it is. So I'm just going to throw this whole stack in there, I think. We do use a lot of molten rubber. That can go in there. Leave the tank here in case I need to move it. I guess we'll just make more while I'm doing it. Get that in there. I only needed 2 pieces for the moment. So, extruder, both getting power. Nice. It's an anomaly. What? Why can't I say that word? Anomaly. That's the word I was trying to say. Fucking hell. Typically, I don't get that power. Because the game just breaks. Okay. Get it up. So I can expand this along. This guy will get rings. This guy will get... That probably goes there, right? So that has power and that can make rings. So I needed a tin ring. Tin ring. Get low on patterns again. Can't type T. Why does that look different to what that is? So 1 tin ingot, which is the tin that I have, processes into that. And that's the ring. So let's tell it to make some rings and we'll see what happens. Give me those. Go ahead and do that. So I should see 4 of these guys pop up. I think it was a 12-second recipe, so a bit of time. And the machine won't be outputting where I told it to yet, because I haven't told it to output anywhere. So that is just in there. So I need to do that. And that can go back in. Satisfy AE by doing that. And that'll be done. Okay. Didn't set input output, yeah. I have to do it to the one next to it as well. Alright, so we got rings. Turn that one on. And the other one is pipe. So it wants 3 steel ingots to make a pipe. Three of them. Yeah, see, like, this is going through multiple processes. Like, it has to make the wrought iron before it can then make the steel. So it'll be really nice when I just have it automated to keep a stack of wrought iron, say, so I don't have to do multiple processes all the time. Oh, 3 steel. I guess I didn't even have to make it. Is that really for 1? Alright, so use 6 ingots to make 2. I use 3 ingots to make 1 plus power. Okay, fair enough. There's a plane going overhead, you might be able to hear that. We're going to put that in the other extruder. Then we're going to tell it to make us a pipe. Nice, so we've got pipes now. So I don't want to really add this, but now we can make that at least. I need to teach it how to make screws, which is... That's screw is 1 bolt in the lathe makes a screw. And bolt. You kidding me? Because I'm trying to avoid using these tools whenever possible. So I need another extruder. Set to bolt. And that's medium voltage. Okay. So this guy, of which I have practically nothing. Well, I can do this. Fuck off. I can do that short term. Give me a circuit. So I can add this, make one, and then get rid of it again. Although I guess I can just leave it in there for now. It's not really that big of a deal. I just want to make sure that that's set up using the right thing. What? Is that a processor, was it? Okay. Fine. I guess we can wait for that. Some lip balm on while I wait. Getting dry. Too much talking, it's not natural. Okay. Extruder. Just give me another one of those, please. I don't want to fuck around with all this stuff. Just give it to me. I need 4 more steel plates. I can probably... Oh, I've got no patterns left. That's gonna save. Oh no, it's happy, okay. When I get another processor, we'll get some more patterns. I assume this will update when one of the other CPUs is done. It's probably going to be waiting on the steel one though, right? Which I don't really want to cancel. Just double check that everything seems to be functioning with that. Wow, we're already up to 200 buckets of hydrogen. I'm gonna need a solution for that because I've only got 100 plates and I've got 200 buckets of hydrogen, because hydrogen is the byproduct here. Like, I don't actually need that, so I could just void it. I'm sure I'll need it soon. What options do I have? Are there blocks for voiding? Must be. I can just... A fluid trash can? Sure. I guess I'll just make one of those. Trash chest? Why? Energy? Why would you ever want that? Why would you want to delete energy? Huh? I guess if you need a machine running at maximum to pump out some kind of byproduct, and then you're not using all the energy? Okay. I guess I can see a reason for that. Get me a bucket. And iron trapdoor. Do I not remember how to make a trapdoor? It's probably plates, right? Yeah. Plates. Slowly, slowly. I should have just added it. Trash can. So we'll keep this drum. That'll still only accept hydrogen. I just want to watch this and make sure it empties. It does. I could also set the filter there. That's fine because it's already filtered here. That is definitely a whitelist, yeah? Yep. And that has no hydrogen, so we're good. Alright, that's fine. We'll keep that for now. I don't really know what use it has, but I'm sure it'll have one. I'm just gonna go put it down with all this stuff, I guess. I'm sure we'll run into it sometime in the near future. That can go... I don't remember adding a satchel that can go to. Got the next extruder. I needed those steel plates for something. I forget what the thing's called. Is it just like a mold or something? Mold? Yeah. Let's go. Oh, I don't have any patterns, do I? I want to teach you how to make a mold. But then again, I guess maybe it's not worth it. You really only need one per extruder, right? File. This guy. What the fuck? Must have hit a macro at some point. Why is that happening? That wasn't a macro. I don't know why it was just doing that. We working again? That was weird. Alright, what was the last thing I needed? Bolt. Hello? This guy. Cutter's up here. Alright, so I needed another piece of cable, which I don't have currently. Extruder goes down, that guy gets this. I do need another interface, which I probably haven't told it to make. It is capable though, thankfully. That'll do bolts, which I need to do before I can do screws. Go away. I guess I'll have to start another MV line here. A lot of this will probably end up being the cobblestone to sand, because I think I'll just do that low voltage. I might have to change that too, so it's just pushing against that. What are we waiting on? Okay. Whenever I see tin alloy come up, I'm worried that it's fucked up again, but it is definitely working. So that's fine. This time seems to be wildly incorrect. Poly projector? Because I really need to get this sorted so that I can always have access to these guys. It's going to be a weird little process. I guess it might be like the best way to do it might just be to be input. No, because then it comes a problem when we need the coal again. Or the carbon, sorry. Still not sure how I want to do that. Plug that dude in. Now I need... It's just tin bolts, wasn't it? Tin bolt. Extruder. IO. Good call. Thank you. Allow that. Turn that on. I'm not used to using the machine to output. I'm not used to using Ender Conduit to do everything. So we got a few patterns again. Tin bolt. And the extruder. And then tin screw goes in the lathe. One bolt creates one screw. So extruder 3 gets the bolt, and the lathe gets the tin screw. Okay. So we got screw, we got rings, we got plates. So now I should... Did I add rotor? I didn't. So I have to add rotor still. Nope. Hey Dragon, thank you. I think there's only 2 of you that are at 6 months. If I allow that, it should just pull wrought iron, shouldn't it? I actually want to know that right now. So that goes in the assembler here. Does this pull wrought iron? It does indeed. Nice. I still haven't taught it how to make the base tools, but I'll do that at some point. Okay, nice. So now I'm back to the problem I was at before, which is how to automate this machine. Do I have a phenol tank? I think I used it for something. Give me that. There's no fluid. It has nothing in it. It's completely empty. It has steam, but steam can stay in it forever. And the circuit can stay in it forever. And this thing won't run. This thing won't run at all unless there is room for steam. Because of that augment. Okay. So we're not wasting lava in regards to that. So that thing only accepts batches of 16 coal. I mean, I'll probably need that. Alright, so I won't do anything unless it has exactly 16. What does 16 give us? I'll let that run. But the problem here is that I can't tell the system that 16 coal will create 1 bucket of phenol. Because I can't interact with fluid and item in the same crafting table like that. Yeah. So does that make 20? It does. Interesting. So 16 coal makes 20 coal coke for whatever reason, and gives us a bucket of phenol. So the only real way I have to limit this is to use input buses instead, and use the size of a buffer to limit how much it creates. So this will hold 64 buckets, right? And then all I need to do to craft it is send in coded circuit boards, which it already knows how to create. So if I have an input bus here instead of an interface, just always pushing coal in, this will only ever hold 3 stacks of coal here. And this is limited to 16 buckets. So if I then export all coal coke received straight back into the system without even telling it that that's happening, we will hold 64 buckets and 16 buckets. 16? Yeah. And then it will never be more than that, and it won't always be consuming coal. So I think that's really the only option I have currently. So I need to make I only need to make 1 input bus, and I need to make this guy over there. And then this guy will just be coded circuit board equals phenol board. Let's connect that back to the system. Which it is now. Can I use a fluid level emitter to disable importing of coal? Fluid level emitter. I mean, I could, but then that would be attached to another inventory, right? So this will read, you know, it'll say, are there 16 buckets of phenol already? So that'll do basically exactly what this will do. Like, I could do it with the system so that the computer knows that's happening and use the fluid emitter, or I could just use the size of the inventory itself. Because really, I always want this thing to have as much phenol as it needs. So that would work as well, but I don't think it's necessary. I think. Oh, that's not how you spell input. Hang on. Whew. You worried me for a second there. Wait, I'm still worried. Where the fuck are the input buses? Are they import buses? Okay. I was looking for input and it's import. If this pack didn't have that, I would not be happy because I use those in a lot of different ways. Whew. Crisis averted. Alright, so it knows how to make all of this stuff. Import. Import bus makes more sense. Wow, that's a lot of work. Get to it. So import bus for coal. The thing is I don't have a lot of coal. I've only got a few stacks in there. Nope. I forgot that I did uranite dust as well. I'm just going to throw a bit more in here so that I can make coal dust when I need to as well. Phenol. And whatever. Pretty sure it can make all of that, yeah. Okay, import bus. And then I don't even need to use the AE system to push that, I can just use the conduit. So this guy needs coal, obviously. Coal. I think there's a speed and range upgrades, right? This probably can't connect with conduit. No. I actually need cable for that, which I don't have any left. I need alloy smelter, flux dust, quartz fiber. I need to tell it how to make this stuff too. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Flux cable, yep. So this is basic. There's a crying baby outside. Hopefully that doesn't come through. I'm gonna go shut my window. Alright, I do not like children. Quartz fiber. Quartz fiber plus flux dust. I think it knows how to make flux dust. Does. Convenient. So let me just double check where they go. Wire mill for that, and then alloy smelter. Alloy smelter. That's the last slot in the wire mill currently. So I'm going to have to expand that in a minute. Now, proof of concept, give me 10. I think I already had the dust. Alright, seems good. So now we connect this guy. So that'll push coal. Except it won't. Because I need an export bus. Fucking idiot. I always get this backwards. Import bus imports into the system, export bus exports from the system. I always think of it the other way around. An export bus. That is something I've always gotten backwards ever since I've been playing this game. fine. I'm going to need both anyway, but kind of annoying. I always remember confusing those two so much. Yeah. I've done that my whole life. I think I'd learn one day, but no. Export bus. Let me just check the time as well. 5:13. I have to finish at 5:30ish. So I won't be around much longer. I wonder if that just exports anything. No. Coal only. Okay, nice. So it does it one iteration at a time, but that's fine. So now this guy will fill up with phenol. Now phenol needs to be in here, always. So how best to do that? Because I need the interface connected to it, so I guess I'll have to connect... I also need to change the output on that, don't I? On the top. Do that. Right. So that will do circuit board into phenol board, and now I need to have conduit connected to it. So I could have conduit running along the front and plugging it in. I don't really like doing that too much, so I guess I'll run it in the floor and then it comes up just in front of the machine. Just so it's a bit neater, doesn't connect to all my other conduits that I expect to have. I can also turn that 90 degrees, right? What happens if I bust this while it's got shit in it? Find out. Huh. Doesn't give a shit. Awesome. Okay. So we run that all the way over. Plug it in. That'll be insert only. That'll be phenol. So let's set that always extract. Now we connect this. And that does accept from the front. So now we'll always have like 70 buckets of phenol floating around. And have that piece. We'll leave that there because that's just the marker for current. Okay, so now this is going to be here. So I guess I want an export bus there. Or that's an expensive solution. I should just use Ender Conduit and push it into an interface. Which I don't really have any convenient because I want to have another 2 machines here, right? I guess I'll just do spaghetti for the moment. And then when I expand the machines here, I'll neaten that back up. Go over the top. Make it as ugly as possible so I know that it can't stay there. Oops. So that's always insert. So that'll just empty the coal coat so that that buffer doesn't fill up. Okay. Nice. So now I have automated phenol as long as we have coal. And this guy will fill up about 70 buckets worth. And we're not going to be using it much quicker than that. We're not going to be using it quickly at all. So let's teach it now that if it sends a coded circuit board, is it a 1-to-1? I assume it is, right? Stop. Chemical reactor, it is 1-to-1. So if we send one of these, we get one of these. This guy. processing. See, like you can't add fluid in here. So 1 to 1, we get this. I already did the outputs on here, so that'll be fine. So there might be a little bit of trouble at first when I don't have a backlog. What if an aluminium foil? Huh. Okay, fair enough. Assume that's... I don't know why I have base tin foil. I assume this is just plate. Yep. Do I have enough to make even one? Yes, okay. I need at least one so I can tell it how to make one of those two. To tell it how to make this stuff. I don't know why I'm carrying around Electrum. I've had it all day and I haven't used it. I think since I taught it how to make wire. Oof. You know, I thought that'd be quick, but it's not. It's got a lot of work to do. So I need to set up a wall at some point of... I might do it in drawers, where it has to keep... I mean, I don't know if AE will interact with a storage drawer system like that. I know it can, like... I mean, it should be able to, right? I'm pretty sure it will. That'll be an interesting setup. Just have like a whole wall of drawers full of different components that it has to autocraft and maintain. Ooh. Forgot about that. A little bit unsightly. There's also a hole in my glass. Just fill that one up real quick. Oh, hang on one sec. Alright, I'm back. Knock at the door. Plus side, my patterns will probably be done. Ooh. Pattern. And I just forgot why I wanted that. It's so hard to get on these things when I'm running so fast now. That was good. That's good. What the hell did I want that last pattern for? I get so easily distracted. Cable's being made. Conduit's good. Just for more patterns, really? Oh, it was for the aluminium foil. That's right. Where's it at? Can you make 2x2 or 3x3 TP platform? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, you mean the elevator? I could, yeah. So it would still technically be, it would just be 9 1x1s. And then they would all just work. I could do that, yeah. Aluminium foil. I'm in the wrong screen. So 1 plate equals 4 foil. And that guy is definitely the cluster mill. So now Polyethylene. Oh. Interesting. How to make a storage bus. Storage. Give me one of those boys, would you? It's quite the recipe. Got the conduit, the cable, sorry. So I just need that bus, and then I'll have access to the polyethylene, which is good. Rosebush. Did I just accidentally add that waypoint? No. How are we doing? It's quite a bit of work it has to go through. It'd definitely be nice when I have stacks of all of these minor components on hand. I think that'll be a very soon task, something that I'll get into quite soon. These guys. I don't know where I'll put that. I've got all this space, but it takes a lot of conduit to get into this space, you know. Like, do I just want a wall in here somewhere? I kind of feel like that's a bit lame. I don't really need any of this anymore. All these machines are slowly getting pulled out and added upstairs. So I could really just have it in here, couldn't I? Just like a wall along the back, or along here even. Just components. Storage bus. Ooh, bit of lag. Do I have to do that? I think I do, right? Ah, so if I put them in the system, it'll put them back in here as well. Sure. I want to test that. 132. Let's do 132. So it's not going to put them back in there. But it should at least be able to see them, right? Yeah. Nice. I don't really care about that too much, as long as we can see them. Sticky resin and coal. How much coal do you use? It's not much. I guess it's just because I'm turning it all into phenol at the moment. Coal is a finite resource currently. I do need more iron. And sticky resin. Getting low, boys. Nice. So I think I have, apart from just providing the like base resources, like the resin and the obviously the metals, everything for patterns is done. Now I can just have unlimited patterns. Actually no, integrated circuits, I haven't automated those yet. Pretty sure. Because I think they're the wafers, right? Which I have to do through this, and I haven't automated that yet. But that's fine. Nice. Might actually start working on this. I just get the base components going even that will be like a big increase in productivity. Where is it? This guy. Damn it. That. I don't think it knows how to make a crafting table. Alright. I'm probably going to need another interface, aren't I? Yep. Fuck. Wow, it's got a lot of stuff scheduled. And an interface needs a whole bunch more of that. No CPUs available, really. What are you talking about? What is this? That's the point of the... Yeah, that's not connected, is it? What? Interface. Is it just because it's not powerful enough for that? Interesting. I've forgotten that was a thing. It'll do 2, but it's not big enough to handle 3. Huh. I mean, fair enough, right? I'll have to upgrade those at some point. So the only thing I'm really worried about running into issues is this guy. I'm just worried that this will somehow get... Oh, hang on. That's my alarm that I have to finish up. So yeah, I'm just worried that this could run into a problem. It hasn't been so far, and I think as long as I always make it so that like this machine will only ever use tin and rubber, right? Because no tin and rubber gets used in this. But there are recipes that use polyethylene, so I need to have a separate assembly machine if I'm going to be melting polyethylene. Yeah. That'll have to be a thing. I think everything else is fine. I'm a little worried about this, but it can't really do anything wrong. So it's just a bit slower, so that's fine. Same with that guy. Now that I've changed that, this all works fine. Kind of annoying that this is here. I kind of need it. Let's see how this is going. Yeah, looks good. Needs 8 of those. Oh. Alright, so I guess I'll wait for these to be done. Patterns and interfaces. I guess I'll have to work on my storage system tomorrow, or later I guess, if I fire up again tonight. So it'll probably be in here. It'll just basically be another system like this. But instead of being like 1 per, you can get drawers that are like chopped in 4. So if we do drawer, you see these guys? So it holds 4 stacks per drawer. So for like the little like resistors and stuff, I could always have 4 stacks on hand. And then for bigger things like circuits or processors, I could just keep a couple in the storage bus itself. I'm interested to find out how this works. Maybe the drawer controller connected to all this stuff. Drawer key button. Seals drawers for moving. I also did find out there is a way to move chests in this pack. That was a big problem that we kept running into, and no one had a solution. Diamond chest transporter. See this dude? Full of shit? Boom. Still full of shit. Kind of wish I found that way earlier than I did, but it's fine. We have one now if I need it. I'm always anxious that something's broken somewhere in the production line. We haven't run into an issue yet. Nothing we couldn't fix at least. I am gonna set this guy up soon, I think. Just upgrade that to a medium voltage. I don't have use for the farmer as yet. I think our interfaces are done. No, our patterns would be done, yeah. Half a stack of them. Beautiful. What a precious resource these things are. I need to teach them how to make these guys too. Are they hard? No. Quartz glass is not the same as fused glass. Let's tell it how to do those as well before I finish up. Add that up there so I don't have to click on weird shit all the time. No, it doesn't know how to do crafters yet. Ah, you know what? This is more of an issue than I thought it is. I thought that was a crafting table for some reason. There are actually a lot of steps required here. I don't even know how to automate this stuff yet. Okay, we're not doing that right now. Okay, that is an issue for tomorrow for sure. Give me one of these in the meantime. Put those in. So now at least I have crafting cards. $36. That should be empty. Alright, so it's gonna take a lot of coal initially. I don't think I can get phenol any other way. It has to be coal. Can't be coal coke. This guy. Coal dust or coal. Yeah, that would be too convenient, wouldn't it? Did you allow it to use different wood for crafting? Yeah, I did. Anything that is wood-based, I've turned that filter off for sure. Aha! Interesting. So I can get coal from creepers, which is super easy to do. I definitely need to get this system set up. I think I need like 15 of these things, and then like 50 of these things, and then I can teach the system that it can turn anything from here into anything from here. Like you can see, this is how I've been getting ender pearls. So I can tell the system that if it sends one here, you can craft 6 ender pearl, but I don't think I can change this per recipe. So if you have heaps of loot detectors, one for each, and then you just send them to the correct thing, you can definitely get the system doing that. But these things take a lot of power. Like Enderman here is 2000 RF per tick to get that working. Crazy. We'll get rid of that phenol. No point just binning it. Oh, put it in there, please. And dump everything. I think we're done for now. I got stuff to do, and the next projects I have on here are going to require a lot of time, so I can't get anything done in the 15 minutes I've got. I need to get that storage set up. Oh, I still need to set up the cobblestone, gravel, sand, clay, dust system here. That is one of my next tasks. Storage system downstairs. I'm not sure what else I had to do. Obviously automate that. There's a lot I have to do. But yeah, until tomorrow, or later, undecided. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time.